implore on our youth not to follow the path of anarchy, of destruction. We have had enough challenges.
Vice President Kashim Shettima appeals to Nigerians to shun planned nationwide protests.
We decided to distance ourselves from the so-called protests.
Youth groups in Kebbi State dissociate from the planned nationwide protests. FCT minister says government is committed to delivering Kuje Dual Carriageway project from the Airport Expressway on schedule. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 6 on NTN News 24. We are live in Abuja. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mina Daniels. Vice President Kashim Shettima has implored Nigerians to shun the planned nationwide protests, saying it is time for unity and focused development in the country. He gave the advice at the Shehu of Borno's palace when the royal father gave 3 out of his daughters in marriage at a wedding ceremony in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. Umar Jimbarima reports.
The event was attended by notable figures including Vice President Kashim Shettima, Governor Babagana Umar Zulum, former Borno State Governor Senator Ali Modu Sharif, King Apollos Chu, Emir of Lafia, Emir of Etsu, among others. Kashim Shettima, Emir of Lafia, and Ali Bukar Daluri stood as representatives of the family, which wedding Fatiha was officiated by Imam Ideni of Borno, Imam Shettima Mamman Saleh.
I wish to implore on our youth not to follow the path of anarchy, of destruction. We have had enough challenges in Borno, in the sub-region, and the nation as a whole.
Other well-wishers could not hide their joy as they wished the newlyweds happy married life. The Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbai Al-Amin Al-Kanemi, expressed his heartfelt gratitude to everyone who attended the ceremony from near and far.
Thank you very much. I wish each and everyone safe journey back to their respective destinations, and may Almighty Allah restore permanent peace to our country.
Indeed, the Shehu of Borno's daughter's wedding served as a reflection of peaceful coexistence and harmonious living with the convergence of people from all walks of life. In Maiduguri, Umar Chimbari.
In the meantime, Minister of Works Dave Umahi has added his voice to the appeal on Nigerians not to embark on the planned nationwide protest. Umahi, who was speaking during an official visit to Kano, stressed that President Tinubu is not unmindful of the unintended consequences of some hard decisions of his administration. He assures that necessary measures are being taken to mitigate such effects and make life better for all Nigerians.
I assure you that Mr. President is doing everything to reset the economy, and there are a lot of positive indices already in place. He has, put in place a lot of palliatives, fertilizer, rice, CNG vehicles, and so on and so forth, and of course students' loans. So there will be no need for anybody in this ancient city of Kano to join any protest. Protest will not do anything for us. All the issues have been addressed. Yes, we agree that because of the decision of Mr. President, divinely called to reset the country and reset the economy, yes, there are some hardships being experienced as a result of hard decisions, but those decisions needed to be taken so that our country, we can have it. Without his divine intervention by bringing, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it would have been very difficult to still exist as a country. We almost had a third country. So let us understand that this is our country. We don't have any other country, and we have to show patriotism, support Mr. President, and in a very short time, all the full indices and benefits of all these hard decisions will begin to manifest more than what we are experiencing now.
Meanwhile, the Minister of State Police Affairs, Imam Sulaiman Ibrahim, has appealed to the youths to be more patient with the administration and call off the planned nationwide protests. The minister says she acknowledges the frustrations that drive the desire to protest, but stressed that the narratives accompanying the planned protest and its faithless nature resemble those that often lead to destruction and chaos, setting our nation back. She urges young Nigerians to consider peaceful engagement, dialogue and collaboration as President Bola Tinubu and his team are working hard to build a strong and prosperous future for the country. The minister says the Ministry of Police Affairs has made its programs people-centric and they primarily revolve around the youths, adding that there is now a developed transformative roadmap for reforming the Nigerian police force. And still on the protest, youth groups in Kebbi State have come together under the umbrella to dissociate themselves from the planned nationwide protest scheduled for August 1, 2024, describing it as a setback to national growth and development. Governor Nasiru Idris, who was at the declaration, commended the youths for their patriotic stand and assured them of his administration's commitment to addressing their needs. Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa reports.
In a show of solidarity, large numbers of youth groups took to the major roads in Birnin Kebbi, the Kebbi state capital, to distance themselves from the planned nationwide protest scheduled for August 1st, 2024. The youth marched from the Emir of Gondu's palace through major roads to the Kebbi State Government House, advocating for peaceful and constructive engagement as a means to address challenges in the state and in the country.
We decided to distance ourselves from the so-called protests. After all, we all understand that the federal government itself has actually started coming up with plan. They have a roadmap, they have a plan that they are following and they are trying to actualize it.
Governor Idris addressed the youth, assuring them of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's effort to address their challenges. He promised his administration support to the youth in the state and assured them that their request will be transmitted to the president.
People that are organizing this protest are the people that doesn't have interests of Nigeria at heart. And I thank my people for seeing reason not to participate.
I'm proud when the youth groups and other stakeholders from Kebbi unanimously said no to a protest that is faceless. We have seen in social media some of the people who are calling for this protest are not in Nigeria.
The youth peaceful march and engagement with the government demonstrate their commitment to constructive dialogue and peaceful resolution. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa, NTA News.
And Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Reformatory Institutions, Chinedu Oga, is also lending his voice to the growing calls for the planned protests to be jettisoned. The member who represents Ikwo and Ezza South Federal Constituency of Ebonyi State, however, wants government appointees to do more in support of President Tinubu's efforts to alleviate the hardship in the country.
I'm urging Nigerians, protests cannot help us. But those that are working with the government to stop sabotaging the government. A situation by this hardship, and you go ahead in closing people's factory, people, Nigeria losing job, when our president is doing every effort to make sure he makes everybody happy. These are the people that borrowed billions of naira to open a factory, and those factories are closed down. They have a NAFDAC number. The only excuse is that you say the small children take those drinks.
Oga says the 10th House of Representatives will continue to support the federal government's economic reforms. On the way from protest matters to the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, has flagged off the renewed Help Agric Empowerment Project for the displaced at local area in Nasarawa State. Ruth Aguale reports.
It is a beacon of hope for the displaced population in Nasarawa State. as the drums rolled out to herald the flagging off of the Renewed Hope Agricultural Empowerment Project for displaced persons in local community. In demonstration of commitment to promote inclusivity in the drive for food security across the country, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, are empowering internally displaced persons through agriculture to bridge the gaps created by humanitarian crisis, to change the narrative from despair to hope.
This project is a testament to our commitment to addressing the challenges faced by the IDPs and creating opportunities for their productive engagement and reintegration into the society.
Aligned with the renewed agenda of Mr. President to assist farmers through a comprehensive agricultural policy that promotes productivity and assures decent incomes. This program aims to empower internally displaced persons through sustainable agricultural practices nationwide.
The Renewed Hope Agricultural Empowerment Project is not just about providing temporary relief. It is about building sustainable solutions that will empower our IDPs to rebuild their lives and communities.
The project targets 1,000 IDPs farmers across 3 states, Nasarawa, Borno and Plateau, with farming inputs presented to the farmers, which is expected to create sustainable livelihood opportunities to foster economic prosperity, build resilience amongst displaced persons, and promote stability for a better future. From Loko, Nasarawa State, Ruth Aguele, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment.
What is fake news? A false information with no verifiable source presented as true story on media platforms with the sole intention of causing injuries, chaos, and disaffection between persons, groups, or countries. Fake news facilitates extremism. Fake news creates panic and distrust. Fake news breeds hatred. Fake news kills. Don't joke with it. Don't be in a rush. Verify your sources and facts. It is better late than fake. This message is brought to you by NTA News 24.
Thanks for joining us again. To religious matters now. Every year, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the UK, also known as Jalsa Salana in Alton, United Kingdom, promotes brotherhood and strengthens faith in Allah through divine intercession and a series of activities aimed at shaping minds. Dr. Alabi reports that this year's annual event is attracting more than 40,000 religious adherents.
This annual event attracts thousands of attendees, and arrangements were made to host in excess of 40,000 guests. Men, women, and children have come from all corners of the world to participate in the 3-day convention. Owing to the importance and scope of the event, it was transmitted live via satellite TV to viewers across the world with simultaneous translation in a number of languages, including Arabic, German, Russian, French, Hausa, Chiwi, Yoruba, and Swahili. Apart from the different faith-inspiring lectures delivered by scholars and senior members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, a keynote address for the event was delivered on the ladies' side by His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, the head of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community.
Of course, we know that when the children grow up, sometimes they challenge parents. Even sometimes I receive letters when the parents are complaining that our children have gone astray, whereas these parents are fully aware, or should be fully aware, that these children getting astray, it is because of your character.
The three-day event, which is holding between Friday 26 and Sunday 28 July, is expected to be truly inspirational, and there is hope that the grand finale will be memorable and a fitting end to what has been a truly spectacular weekend. Tokpe Alabi, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the 17th National Annual Conference of the Women in the Hour held in Kano has come to a close as participants keep resonating the fact that the nation is always as good as its citizens. Amina Omar reports that the theme for this year is Harmony in Action, fostering dialogue, collaboration, and righteous conduct for societal renewal.
The convergence of women from all over Nigeria in Kano for the common goal under one umbrella, the Women in the Hour. Their goal is to have a nation that prides itself with citizens that are morally sound and spiritually upright. The theme for this year is in line with the thought, which is coming at a time when moral rejuvenation is most needed.
And religious leaders should play a vital role in this regard, and they should stand up to teach the truth to people, to teach them about the instrumentality of moral uprightness in human societies. Leaders should give exemplary leadership.
The National Amira of the Women in the Hour, Mariam Usman, informed the gathering that within the 21 years of existence, the group has succeeded in addressing numerous societal challenges through education, empowerment, and support to women and youth, especially the orphans.
Everybody has a role to play in what is happening in the country right now. The government, the people, and especially women as mothers. As we are the first school for our children, I think we have a great role to play.
Speakers, including the Secretary to the Borno State Government, who represented Governor Babagana Zulum, Emir Muhammadu Sunusi, and the representative of wife of former Vice President Amina Namadi Sambo, and spouses of Kano, Katsina, and Jigawa State governors, among others, all stressed the need for a united approach towards addressing moral decadence for a more peaceful and prosperous Nigeria. In Kano, Amin Umar, NTA News.
The Kuje Dual Carriageway project from the Airport Expressway to the Tipper Garage and the Township Road projects are now receiving priority attention with the commitment of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to deliver on schedule. The Minister made the commitment during an inspection tour of the project sites. Onoze Yakubu reports.
Two critical infrastructure projects are ongoing in the Kuje Aerial Council. First is the Kuje Dual Carriageway from the Airport Expressway to the Tipper Garage and the Township Road terminating at the LEA Secretariat. Acting Director of Engineering Services of FCDA, Richard Yunan Adauda, gave an overview of the 11-kilometer dual carriageway.
The total length within FCT is 76 kilometers, out of which 11.1 kilometers is currently being developed. The road within FCT is developed as a full expressway, 10-lane expressway. Currently, for the section being developed now, it has two main carriageways. Eventually later, the second stage, the service carriageways will come.
After inspecting the critical components of the ongoing project, the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike commenced the level of work, saying it is the Renewed Hope initiative in action.
This has to work together because now for the interest of everybody, not the interest of one party. But that is why we are working hard to see a Renewed Hope agenda of this president say it come out very, very well. So we're going to support us. 100%. 100%. If we do this road now to Gwagwalada, you go see the whole place go. Yeah.
At the ongoing Kuje Township Road project, the minister interfaced with the residents, pleading with them to see reason with the government in its effort at moving the nation forward. He further assures them of more infrastructure projects at the grassroots. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News,
The world would have been a better place for everyone if humanity will focus on promoting peace, humanitarian services, and advancing the general well-being of all, as reflected by the principles of Rotary International. The President, Rotary Club of Apo, Emmanuel Egureze, stated this during his investiture as the 23rd President of a club and fundraising in Abuja. Ibrahim Belogunda reports.
The Rotary Club of Apo is collectively tackling challenges by reaching out to communities in need. This is in line with its principles by impacting people's life.
For nothing is was done in Pharaoh down,
The investiture ceremony honors its 23rd president and provided the avenue to highlight the need for unity in service to drive the vision of friendship, comradeship, and the need to be there for each other.
Helping humanity, doing projects, seeking boreholes, renovating of classroom. Those are part of the project I have for this year. And I need a collaboration. I need people's support.
Relationship is the basis that Rotary exists. Yeah? So we made sure that we consolidated friendship on whatever level. And of course, we did a lot of projects.
We'll support our community development initiatives, ranging from basic education and literacy, safe water and sanitation, disease prevention and treatment, maternal and child health, to protecting the environment.
A year of impact, touching lives and making a difference.
Guest speaker presented the vision of Rotary and as well highlights the need to enhance the general well-being of all.
In these uncertain and difficult times, the need for rekindled bond of friendship, camaraderie, fellowship, shared values among members, and compassion in action is more urgent than ever.
New members and members of the Board of Trustees were inaugurated, while awards were presented to those that distinguished themselves in the service to humanity. In Abuja, Ibrahim Belogunda, NTA News.
In 2023, Nigeria's maternal mortality rate was said to be the second highest in the world. This has been a burden for families, health institutions and government to reduce the prevalence. Rotary Club of Abuja Aso Gulf District 9127 took its maternal and child health community project to Mape Health Center to raise awareness on mother and child care.
Gap. You don't just give birth like that, but you have to slow down so you can be able to train your children. So we have to come here to make an impact, and we have brought goodies today. We came with diapers, wipes, Vaseline, soap, detergents.
We're here today to meet the needs of these women, to encourage them on how to space their children, how to take care of themselves, how to take care of their homes, how to take care of their family, their health.
This week marks Maternal and Child Health Week, and we have been doing the program since last week up to now. We are happy that you have given them these commodities.
They occur to us that maternal issues are very, very important, and that's why we decided to visit them, firstly to know what are their core problems and know how to help.
Addressing inequality in maternal and newborn health care services, family planning, stress management, and strengthening of primary health care centers, they say will help reduce the data on maternal mortality.
Though things they hard, and also with the portion they go.
I got rice, I got a lot of things. I got, they gave us soap, cream, even for our children.
Aside the advocacy, nursing mothers' kits and food items were distributed to ease economic burden being experienced. The need for Nigerians to be more dedicated in genuine worship with a sense of clarity and a shared commitment to putting God at the center of their lives has been brought to the fore. This resonated at the Victorious Disciples of Overcomers Ministry Outreach held in Abuja. Olajide Bello reports.
Another 365 days and still waxing stronger. The Victorious Disciples of Overcomers Ministry organized a transformative outreach with a theme that struck a chord with many: idolatry in the church. The event was filled with eager faces ready to explore a present issue. The outreach began with an energetic worship session that resonated through the walls, creating an atmosphere ripe for reflection. As the worship ended, the Chairman Planning Committee took the stage with a thoughtful expression, speaking about the subtle forms of idolatry that had crept into the church life, which include materialism, personal ambitions, and even misplaced affections.
As this marked our 28 years of existence as a ministry, I really want to bless the name of the Lord for sustaining us for these past years. For we have grown from a house fellowship into a ministry.
The coordinator spoke on how societal pressures and personal desire could sometimes overshadow their devotion to God, unearthed hidden idols in their own lives, and offered each other practical advice on overcoming them.
Between that last year and this year, like I said in my keynote address, we have engaged in outreaches. Yeah, we visited prison at Kuje. We gathered some widows and we assisted them. And we went for rural outreach in one of the rural villages in FCT, yeah, where we touched lives.
I'm also expecting that God will help us to really work with Him, without giving excuses, and just work what God wants us to work.
The annual outreach coincided with the Golden Jubilee of one of the daughters in God's Vineyard. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thank you for the company. I am Mina Daniels.